Hello, welcome to the stream. We're back. First of all, I wasn't here yesterday after saying I would be. Sorry. Work calls sometimes. But we're back today. It was also a beautiful sunny day yesterday, so I wanted to spend some time outside as well. Real life over stream. Can't believe it. But we are here now. And we shall make some progress. Hopefully. We're heading back to Foulwood. At the end of last stream. Go hand in this vial. And then maybe we'll head up here, do the escort. We'll see. I did already buy water, that's good. Had to make sure we had 60. So we'll finish up Foulwood and then we're probably heading into Winter Spring. I'm hoping Winter Spring can get us to 57. Or at least close. But we also have Silphus. We can go down there and hit 57 if we need to. Because other than these few zones, we have a little bit of WPL, obviously, and EPL. And that is pretty much it. We are in the home stretch of World of Warcraft Vanilla. It's so funny to me, speaking of Vanilla WoW, it's so funny to me that 5 streamers get invited to Blizzard HQ. 5 classic WoW streamers. At least they have been. You know, Zayu, Savix, Guzu, and Esfand are like huge classic streamers. Soda, I wouldn't call him a classic streamer. But he does play it on his alt channel quite a bit. So, yeah, maybe. He also ran OnlyFans, which is kind of important in the culture of hardcore, isn't it? But it's funny how they got invited there and they kind of downplayed it. They're like, oh, what could this be about? And then they all start talking about Classic Plus. Like, there's so many videos of Classic Plus. It's like, obviously, guys, you know something. You're just trying to drive up the hype so when Blizzard announce it at BlizzCon, influences, am I right? I feel like I've had something stuck in my throat like all night. And today. Like a little boogie or something, I don't know. It's annoying though. But yeah, hopefully we can get 57 today. It would be good. I did say 58 was my goal for this week. And it should be, but with yesterday not happening, maybe it's not anymore. Maybe 57.5 is my goal. We will see. Oh no, dead Tauren. Bags by Jangle. He's also level 1 or 2. You know, he has a starter Tauren Druid gear. So maybe it wasn't a serious character, but the fact that it's called Bags by Jangle is interesting. Like, is that advertisement? There's probably one somewhere else did. Jangle does bags. Get your bags by Jangle. You know, all that. Really selling it. I'm not 100% sure about the escort on the Druid. It should be doable. Move, please. Okay, there's some dead Taurens. Probably, I don't know, a Tauren run or something. Seeing how far they could get. Maybe it's just one guy. Unless I stumble into many dead Taurens, I'm going to assume it's one guy who just wanted to see if he could make it to Winterspring or something. I don't think you can. There's a lot of furbolgs in that tunnel. We might get to that tunnel and just see a bunch of dead Tauren on.
What brings you here?
East.
I am honored.
Want
May
the quest?
stars guide you. Go in peace.
I keep forgetting that one. I will do the dousing of the flames of protection on the rogue. And maybe some other characters. But Druid, Cave, never fun. I skipped it on the Hunter as well because Hunter, Cave, never fun. Like, these two characters are not good in caves. Too enclosed, and as the Druid we can't entangle. So it's just not a good option. But we try everything else that we can. See, we should be able to do this escort. I'm just a little bit worried that maybe the water elementals would be immune to something. I don't think they are. Like something we have. But you never know. Man's name is Harderer. Like when you're 5 years old and, you know, the... What would you call it? It's hard, harder, and then something's even harder than harder, so it's Harderer. I don't know what that would be called. Because it's not actually how you English. So it's probably nothing. There is no such thing as Harderer. We do have 12 plant cells right now. We can get a songflower if we come across a corrupt one. Even though I'm riding up here, I'm kind of thinking about just riding on through, right? Because there are going to be some quests that we do pick up. Come back and do the Deadwood and the escort, especially if we grind some furbolgs in Winterspring, which we will, a little. So I'm kind of thinking of just going into Winterspring now. And coming back when I get, like, the Winterfall Firewater quest. Finish off Felwood. I think that might be the play. Make it more efficient. Because the further we can get today, the better. going to be a hard push to 57, but rested and Western Winter Spring, it should be doable. As long as I don't, you know, want to go to sleep or die. I don't think I'm that tired today, but you never know. I thought about it and I almost yawned. Tank BRD. No, I will not. I feel like as we get higher through the levels, we get more and more whispers about doing dungeons because, you know, there's not that many people up here. Especially before 60. Because once you hit level 60, you can't do dungeons with people who are below level 60. For most dungeons in the game, I understand why that has to be something, but when it comes to like BRD and Blackrock Spire and Stratholme Scholar, you should be able to do those at level 60 with sub 60 characters. Like at that point, they're pretty hard dungeons, you know, for a lower than 60 already. Why can't you just take a level 60? It doesn't really diminish the accomplishment. Most people, when they're playing normal classic WoW, will run with some level 60s in those dungeons. Make it better for gearing up guildies when they're approaching 60 as well. If they do announce Classic WoW, I'm not sure what I will do yet. It really depends on when it's going to come out. But, you know, I'm going to be doing a bachelor's degree and all that stuff, so... Classic Plus, if it does come out, might be something that I just play casually. And as a World of Warcraft enjoyer throughout the years, that's gonna feel weird, playing like a new version of a video game as a casual. Basically how I'm playing Cyberpunk. I think I got an achievement in Cyberpunk last night, but I think before that, my last one was like in March.
I'm listening.
But I think I've done everything before the point of no return now. So the rest of the game is basically just complete the game. And I probably will, at least once. Complete the game one time. See how it plays out. Winterfall runners. Only 2 of them, so someone took one down. But yeah, we'll fly into Winterspring, grab the quests that we can do right here. And then we'll worry about the rest of Foulwood stuff a bit later. Probably don't need this. We haven't really done Uchar on characters, but it's so inconvenient, you know? You have to come back down here, which we do at times, but then you gotta run all the way. And then you gotta run all the way back up, go through the cave, and then run all the way back down. It's one of those quests that's just like, Yeah, it's good. You get a few gold for completing it. You get a nice two-handed weapon you can sell. But it's so inconvenient for time. It's only really convenient if you're doing it while you're questing in Unguro Crater. But I always go to Unguro Crater too early to be doing that quest. Like, we're not going to wait until we're, you know, 55 to go to Unguro Crater. That's crazy. Way too high. Okay. Get the Yetis.
Time is money, friend.
That Yeti fur. Chillwind horns.
Yo! Hurry back!
This quest we can take.
Good.
Go to Starfall. These quests we don't need just yet. But we will remember to take them because we will be going to Eastern Plaguelands on this character. No doubt. We had to on Rugen, and Rugen had more quests on his return than Friend has had. Got a pimple like right here. Coming in. It's like annoying. That's a bad place to get one. On your eyelid? Or like above your eyelid? That's not fun. Do Donovan and Salfa's quest as well for the beer man. Hopefully while we're there we get the mystery goo quest line.
How are ya? Watch
Bird
your
buff
back.
today.
Safe travels. Off with you. See you soon.
I guess
Safe
we can
travels.
take this
See you
quest.
soon.
I don't think we will do it until maybe I shouldn't take it. You know, it's an inventory slot. I was just about to say, like, I know there's no elementals there right now. It would be a good quest to do, but it is 5 inventory slots, and we do need to hand it in Eastern Plaguelands. So it's not exactly a thing that I want to prioritize. Not gonna worry about skinning these Yetis. We're over 300 skinning. Don't really need rugged leather now. Like, sure, one day, maybe. But probably not. We're basically done with all the grinds of the hardcore medley. Other than get to level 60. Which is a grind. Go see if there's a chest down here. There is no chest down there. I don't know if that was a hunter that... I heard a owl. I'm not sure if it was a hunter or just like ambience. Big ambient owl. Like the sound of Age of Empires. You have the music going and then you look at a forest and you hear... "Ah!" 777 0. Interesting. Killwind boy over here. These are gonna suck a little bit on the Druid because they can't interrupt. But we can cleanse the poison. I guess it's not the worst thing ever. Or maybe we just do lots of damage and we don't care about anything. It works. There's one thing I'll give the Druid. The damage has not really been lacking. In the early days it was sort of hard at times because of the mana. Like, it felt like your spells use so much more mana when they're lower level and you don't have a lot of mana. The chest. And obviously the mana usage is still an issue. Let's not pretend it's not. Like some of those YouTube commenters. And like, Balanced Druid is awesome, what are you talking about? It's like, yeah, but it's still its problems, doesn't it? Like, it can be awesome and have issues. Both of those things are possible. I don't really want to get the beer in the Yeti, but they are very friendly right now. Very friendly indeed. I mean, we can just hibernate the beer, but I'd rather just one. Otherwise, 3-second cast could change a lot. Good dodge. Double dodge, actually. Nice drops so far. I mean, I don't mind having to grind a little bit. We want to hit 57. Probably gonna have to. But I guess we can save it for the furbolgs. So it's not entirely like scary yet. Over here and have a drink before we battle. This is probably my issue with playing casters during the hardcore medley, just the amount of time that we've had to spend drinking, especially on the Druid. It's not half of my game time, but man, it's felt like it. That kind of makes it worth it though when you crit for 1,000. God, I'm just remembering like the absolute morons that were commenting on my balanced Druid video. Ugh, it's making me like imagine being that kind of person. The chest over here. Little Crow Blade, what do we think? Greater Stone Shield Potion. Not exactly an easy potion to make. Because stone scale oil, you gotta fish up the eels. Which, you know, me being me, I don't really want to. Gonna get this beer first just to make it safe. Thorium. Don't really want to be spending thorium oil. Oh, oil? Thorium ore on potions for armor. Yeah. Thorium oil. That's what they'd use if Azeroth had Formula 1. Thorium oil. $15 away from leaving. So far. Both MMOs that I'm playing right now take so long to progress anything. Cause I'm in the levels for gathering my beast and slot gear in Warhammer, and in this game, you know, we're approaching 60, so it's like we gotta be patient. There is no prog happening. Get him done. There's a lot of chill winds around here. That's good. We need them. I don't really think we need ice cap. I'm sure it's for something, but it's not for anything like useful from what I remember. That was a big reef. 55. I don't know if that's our biggest one, but it might be. It could get bigger if I use the last arcane elixir. But I think I'll save it for if I actually need it. Probably use it right when we're approaching the end of Fran's League. Use all these potions and shit that we have. $340. A little bit more. Might as well. Every time we have to come out of Moonkin form, you might as well mark it a wild. Yeah, we'll just use the potions and got like 50 intellect worth of 75 if you want to look at it like that. Use those at the end of our leveling stint on this character. Where'd that other... Oh, it's not there. Oh, where'd the other guy go? I know there was one. Tank ST? Man, it's 2 times today I've been asked to tank. How many of them get a response? Bro, I never respond. I might be the rudest hardcore classic player in the world. But that's just because my challenge is literally don't do dungeons. I mean, there's more to it than that, but that's a pretty big one, I think. Not doing dungeons is reason enough to not say no thanks. Then eventually they'll ask me again. But this way, I've never really been asked by the same person twice. And hey, nothing will be as rude as that one guy that asked me for a portal to Stormwind and I ran past him without saying anything. That'll always be the rudest moment of the hardcore medley. But, like I showed when I was doing it, I haven't actually trained portals. Because why would I? I'm playing account found. It's not like people can trade me for them. I hope this mob is loot. They're like on the edge. It was on the edge of glory. Whatever that song is. I think if Classic Plus releases and it's like viable for me to play, let's be real, it might not be. Especially with what I'm doing. I may think about at least helping with it. To make like a casual boomer gamer guild, you know. Like we want to do all the content. We don't want to have to rush. Because there needs to be some of those. Not every guild needs to do fucking, you know. Like if Molten Core came out, not every guild needs to be in there day one. Brilliant. Unlucky. So I think he might actually spawn in that one. But I do believe he can just take the spawn of any Yeti. Like his cooldown runs out and then he spawns as random Yeti number 5 or whatever. I think that's how that one goes. Not 100% on that though. Random Yeti number 5. Like Mumbo number 5. Thong. I really don't want to fight this owl beast because it's gonna freaking disease me, but you do be coming up here. Gonna have to owl beast on owl beast violence. Didn't disease me. And I got a drink out of it. It's just free. Friend ever died and she was in Moonkin form. I don't think you keep Moonkin form when you die as a Moonkin, sadly, but you know, if she did, it would be the sight. Honestly, I could take a screenshot of this and clickbait. You imagine? People would be so mad. Would be funny. But I would never. I would never clickbait. I don't have enough care to. Like, I just make YouTube videos. I'm not a YouTuber. Same with streaming. I don't consider myself a streamer. I just stream. Drag this one away a bit. Nice. 4 out of 8 is not too bad for what we've done so far. I think I've killed about 8 of them. 20% drop rate according to Questy. That's pretty good. Now that I've talked about it, I'm sure it will get worse, but oh well. I wish I could do winter spring just like every time, like you know, every day. It is such a relaxed zone. It makes you forget that you're playing hardcore WoW. I think if I did winter spring enough times back to back, I would die because I'm like just forgetting that hardcore is like. It's pretty chill. Exology has reached level 60. That guy wasn't there before. They just spawned. And maybe if I'm feeling up for it today, depending if it's gonna happen. Might end the stream with a little bit of Warhammer. We'll see. Let's... One resist, suddenly your whole flow's gone. Die. Die. We'll let him come up to live. Damn, already 9 of those. Well, our drop rates for the quests are pretty good on Friend today. If it continues, we might just need to grind some furbolgs. Because the other quests are seemingly very easy for us. Yo. It's kind of what happens when you sleep, but like half of your sleep is dreams. I don't even know, like, when you're dreaming, but more lucidly. So you're kind of awake, rolling your dream. I don't know if you get sleep. Because your brain's actively doing something, you know? Sleeping is interesting for me because I feel like it's a thing that the body needs. But you can just lay there for 8 hours, not sleeping, and your body will still be tired. Because your mind actually needs this. So weird. Maybe the body doesn't need sleep. Maybe it's just the mind. I don't know. I ain't no scientist. It's just something I've thought about recently. I'm like, you know, I could lay here for 8 hours and still wake up tired. Because my mind was not asleep. Maybe in reality we don't need sleep, we just are conditioned to think we do. But I do struggle with it from time to time. That is probably the worst thing. In my life, trying to sleep. And sneezing. Sneezing's pretty bad. Ugh. Especially when it makes me yawn. Last time I was questing in Winterspring, well, not even questing. Last time I was in Winterspring on Rugen, you know, I had a 1.5 hour stream because of, like, so it makes me sleepy. Not really much different now. Even though I feel like I had a good sleep. But we are blowing through these quests. If we blow through the quest too fast, then we're going to have to see if we want to actually go to Silver. The reason I wanted to hit 58 this week though is I don't know how much time I'll really have for streaming next week. I'll probably have a few days at least, but there might be some days where I just not. Can be a busy work week. I haven't really been picking the Silver Sage that I've seen. I just don't want to bring myself to climb mountains. Alright, 2 more Chillwind horns, 1 more Yeti fur. Can it be done before we get to the Furbolg quest? The possibility is finally with us. Not from that one. I think I talked about it the other day, but there was a, you know, relatively well-sized streamer streaming Warhammer Online for a few days. Gone on vacation now, so stop, but he was talking about how he feels about the game while streaming, and it's sort of similar to how I felt when I was streaming it. Like, it's a fun game to play, but it can be a bad game to stream if the content is not popping off because nothing's happening. Fun, it's easy to be addicted in that game. Like, you just want to keep sieging keeps and shit like that. Especially if the PvP is absolutely popping off while you're playing it. Like, there's been times I've logged into that game and I'm just having the best time of my life. And then other times I'm just like, this is absolutely miserable. Nothing going on. But he actually cares about his viewers a bit, so I can understand why he wouldn't want to stream the game that much. It is, like I said, very slow-paced game at times. And usually, you want the stream to be like active, have something to watch that's fun and entertaining. I don't care personally because I just play video games and stream it. Like, if people want to watch, that's cool. If not, doesn't really affect me. I've said many a time I never even know what my viewer count is. I haven't known since basically starting streaming, where I learned I could turn that off. Obviously, there's a little bit of knowing because the chat's moving faster or slower on any given day. Like, if no one's here talking, I just assume maybe no one's watching, but there's generally a few lurky boys out there, which I appreciate. But then when Jeff Mack comes in here and he's like, holy shit, there's so many people talking. It's like, yeah, got some people going off. It just depends on the day. Sometimes I'm here alone, sometimes I'm here with plenty of people. But just a stream at the end of the day, and other people have things to do in life, so it's not like I require them. It's not like mandatory. I've said this many a time when people say, sorry I haven't seen the streams lately. I'm like, hey, your life is more important than my stream. Like, it's not a mandatory situation. And when I'm also doing things in life, I also don't stream, so I can't expect people to be watching when you've got things. If I'm not even willing to stream when I've got things. There's a lot of freedom in that knowledge. Hoping these ice pistols do not start shit. Must have resisted somewhere because that took... Oh damn. We are already done with the quests that we picked up in the town. That's crazy. That was probably the fastest your Windhorn drops ever.
How are you? Off with you.
More on that though, I do always appreciate when people... But you know, live your life, do what you gotta do, and then worry about jumping in. I was gonna say, that guy starts running when I start looting the chest. He's like, oh, I see him. Not a great drop. But it does look cool. Not exactly something we're going to use on any character. Like, it's a lot of int. But is it better than 18 spell damage? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Now, if it was 17 stam and intellect, I think I would consider wearing it on friend. But I would send it to Grocket. In reality. It would be a Grocket item for sure. Alright, let's kill some furbolgs. Hopefully get the Windfall Firewater quest drop relatively quickly. So we don't need to worry about farming them. Just want to do the quest. Want to get out of here. We can continue with our... I have been thinking about creating some roomcloth bandages. But, you know, with friend, I think I've used maybe 2 bandages total in my entire time playing here. So I don't even know if I need to. It's only really required to use them when we have no other options, and we always have a rejuve. For some reason I thought I didn't have moon. It wasn't the fire that resisted, it was the wrath. I was not paying attention. Mainly because my tag is scratching the fuck out. Can I get away with not having mana? Gonna be close. Hopefully we get a crit. One crit, please. Should have the mana. Nice. Just. Good amount of Dean Watchers to come in, which is good. Usually those are the ones we're still farming for after we've killed everything else. Obviously Ursa and Shaman are in the other place. We don't really do that yet. Dean Watcher and Totemic. Like going quickly. Move away from his totem. Yeah, we got that. We got that totem. Make the shit out of it. Why am I casting roots on the shooty boy? No idea. Yeah, I forgot they were shooty boys. Okay, if we need to fight the Dean Watcher and the Totemic same time, I'd rather kill the Totemic fast. Have less health. So we'll give it a try. We only got one. That works out. Wait for that to disappear. Smack the shit out of this guy. Very good, friend. Very good. Can't believe. That we're here on the Druid though. Said many a time, I thought my Druid was not even going to make it to level 4. The fact that we're in winter spring killing furbolgs, I think it would happen. Now we just need our firewater quest. We've been pretty lucky on the quest drops today though, so if it takes a while to get this one, I would understand. I would forgive the video game. Let's see if it drops an epic item. One day. Crits. He crit me as soon as I walked up to him. Like, you don't have any crits, but I do. As he beats himself in my falls. Nice, both quests, same mob. Crazy. Now this one, not really going to be able to do it anytime. But it is a quest. I don't think our reap is that big. Yeah. The issue with these quests on most of my characters, the mage is the only one I actually farm timber more reap with. Like more than what I normally do. Get the Dean Watcher because I see a person there. The 8 dwarf hunt. At least it's not on level 60. Do be killing off the mobs that I need. Don't see a chest. So he is here actually questing. That's okay. I feel like we're getting a lot less crits today. Like these furbolgs are just crit resistant. We did just get the quest though that I wanted to get while we're here. So we can walk into Foulwood. Another guy here now too. Yeah, I think it's go hand this into Donovan and then go do the Foulwood stuff angle. I'm not 100% sure if we'll actually be able to do this quest fully because it is that quest where you gotta, you know, loot the item and 5 mobs around it. But we can do the Deadwood, we can do the tree escort. And then we'll make our way back here. Could also just go down here and do this, but it doesn't really. We don't need to rush it.
What's on your mind? Watch your back. Be good. Keep your feet on the ground.
Go check this. In the foul wood. Wood of the foul. I've been playing Windrose and there's basically a foul wood in there. Cursed wood. Think. Bird biome. My friend and I stumbled into it when we were heading towards the quest. He was like, that's only a level 8 quest, it's going to be easy. And then we literally run through like level 12 area. Yeah, easy. Cool. But we did kill the second boss in that game, and it gave me a nice two-handed sword, which I've been looking for a nice two-handed sword. I'm gonna try out that. Got a rapier and a two-handed sword. I kind of dropped the ranged weapon because I don't really like it. melee kind of guy, you know? But it's been a fun game. I think we'll be wearing that. But I do want to do the quiz. I think we go and sell first. We have a lot of rubbish. So keep start stocking up on those ones. Not even a songflower. Interesting.
What brings you here?
A lot of meat. How much money does Frayne need for training? We got level 56 healing touch, so that's 3 gold. 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, let's say 19-ish. 24. 27. So less than 30 gold. So we could send 50-ish 50-ish gold. There are a lot of people killing furballs. Everyone is furball fighting. Wow. Once again, neutral. Behind the neck was a while, but we got it. First mob here though. Crazy. Shaman may be difficult. I think they have a heal. Might. Not 100% sure. Whether they do or not though. We will do what we can. Iraq. There was a guy called Alf Fracker when we were playing Warhammer last night. And I'm like, he fracks elves? Someone said, someone has to, and I said, I've said it many a time. Elves, especially white-haired elves, they're my kryptonite. If there were elves in real life, I wouldn't be playing video games. I'd be playing with elves. If they let me. Dirty dog. I was hoping this would be cleared because cleared all the way up there, but no. I do not feel confident in that one. Like if someone dressed up like Shadowheart right here every day and was around me, be like, well, you're my shadow heart now. Get the cosplay. That'll Tifa, naturally. I wonder if that other druid is farming or just killing the mobs that he needs. Probably killing the mobs that he needs. Question is, do I want to do 2 furbolgs at the same time? Here we go. Nice. Nice root resist. Very exciting. This is gonna turn into a mana issue. It's gonna be an innovate. I don't remember the last time I killed those 2 furbolgs though, so... Hey, new content unlocked. Good on us. I doubt that Feral Druid is confident in his ability to solo those 5 mobs either, right? So we might be shit out of luck on that quiz. We can still go do the escort. That's all Whiskers the Rat. I know where he is. I had a Whiskers the Rat in Vanilla WoW. Don't know if it was my first companion I ever got, but it might have been. It comes from like Children's Week or something. Not that hard to get. Like I got the Oozling, one that debuffs you, and Whiskers the Rat, and those are the companions I remember having in Vanilla World of Warcraft on my Tauren Hunt. I don't know if I got anything else back then. But Whiskers the Rat did speak to me on a spiritual level when I was like, 16 years old. Just a funny little rat. Do not curse me, even though I can decurse it. Do not curse me. Same as in real life. Do not curse me. Free shaman. One too close? Maybe. May start casting at us. We will see. Seems pretty good so far, though. Friend was too slow to stand up. I had to cast it twice. Badass druid. Just open with a silence. He did. Crazy. Like, it kinda makes sense, I guess, but... See the difference between someone who's done dungeons mana-wise and someone who... He's got 900 mana on us. Got about the same amount of mana as my mage. Crazy. We have the higher ground in Watcher. Maybe this priest can help me with this. However, having that much mana does mean you've probably got to drink 2 times before you've fucked up. So that would be annoying. So right now it looks like he went to AFK as well. Takes him so long to drink, he goes for a piss every time he does. Now we hope he doesn't. I want to kill the Dean Watchers. It already called for help. When I got that crit, I'm like, ooh. It's pretty dangerous when that happens. When mobs call for help. Don't want them calling for help at an inopportune time. Definite. I was watching a bit of Savik's stream yesterday while I was working. It looks like he's preparing for another mock Ra tournament. I feel like all the Mock Gara tournaments have been too like over prepared for. Like obviously you want to do your best, you want to have everything you can, but it's all a bit much. Preparedness, I would say. Much about that stuff. Like, there's probably been Mock Gra tournaments that are just like, get to level 19 and have green gear. We need now one more. Oh, there is one of each here, but that priest might take being watched. Fine, either way. I would use Innovate to get it, but if I'm gonna be doing the escort quest, I kind of want to have Innovate. Gonna have to fight 3 mobs at the same time, and probably gonna need. Bobbed. XP. P is bobbed. Bobbed. Can't be bobbed. Imagine. My mother would probably say something like that. Her words are never exactly how they're meant to sound. To be fair, she didn't get a great education, so it makes sense. Just trying to think of some of the words that she's used, and I'm always like, what does that mean? Oh yeah. So, for her, racist is racialist. Don't be racialist. Like, what? Probably why one of my sisters, while growing up, would add like extra syllables to the end of words. Listen to my mother too much. 100,000 experience to go. Not too bad. Whether or not we actually make it to 57 today. See, like I think my goal now between today and tomorrow is just 57 and a half. 58 would be great. But 57 and a half is something we can achieve. So that's probably going to be the actual goal now.
Feel free to browse. Be careful.
Also, last week, I'll speak about this. It doesn't really matter. Just Twitch. Last week I got raided, right, by someone. And he was, you know, he said he was doing something cool, interesting. I looked, and the first thing that I saw when I clicked on the stream was randomly messaging people, telling them to check out his Twitch channel. Like, like that's not a good first impression. There are a lot of shameless streamers. I am not one of them. Like, to me, that kind of thing is like, no. If I ever got randomly whispered saying, watch your Twitch stream, I would ignore you. Like... So seeing that, it instantly put me off. I didn't even care about like the interesting thing they was doing after that. I'm like, no. That is my time of day that I will move on now. Both interesting and sad. Alright, no real good upgrades from this quest for friend, but yeah, it's still 7,000 experience if we can get it done. Give it a go. You make sure Ari actually helps. It's kind of funny because like much bigger streamer than I am, sure. We are very tiny over here. But just like not someone that I'd want to that kind of stuff. This is why I generally don't blind raid people either, because you gotta kind of get a sense of who they are before you want to. Everyone's different. Okay, it looks like we're gonna get a fresh shot all the way to the free mobs. Or not, because that guy just... Didn't aggro. Now... this is where the hard part is. Like that Druid from up there, does that mean he actually did the quiz? Crazy. Belong. Belong. He was looking at the mob, was like, huh. What's this mob from? I've never seen that mob before. I don't think it might actually be a alliance only quest. Because you gotta hand it in at an alliance NPC. I am not sure. Makes sense. Drinking a lot of water doings. Yeah, I was wondering. He just walks right over him, doesn't give a fuck. Like, nah, mate. One of you guys can slow this big tree down, I would appreciate it. Think it's gonna be you either. All good. If only I could give him thorns. Could do so much to him. Probably should kill this one. It is very annoying. Did I moonfire twice? I don't think I did, but I must have, because it went off twice. Maybe latency got me. It happens from time to time. It shouldn't with that button, but you never know. I remember playing the Rogue. When I first started Rogue, I would try to go for, you know, a Sinister Strike, but because I'm pressing the button so rapidly, I'd do it twice immediately, and it's like, I wanted to not do it twice, I wanted to eviscerate afterwards, but okay. That's the price of playing on a US server, isn't it? $200 MS gaming. Doesn't generally matter for classic WoW though. That's why when Season of Discovery came out, I immediately rolled on a US server. Like, this game is very slow. I do not need 20 MS to play. Now we'll do it again if Classic Plus happened. US server all the way. Like, the Oceanic servers are all gonna die off anyway. Don't know if that dies. Sure did. Is that a clean song flower? One more. And apparently we have the mana to go through 3 mobs when we got the help of a giant tree. That's good. Don't really need the clean songflower, but I guess we gotta go kill some wolves. Is it raid day? Might be. But maybe that guy's flying in here to get a songflower. So, yeah. The end of the issue with those things, like, I'm not raiding, but sometimes I like to use it for doing battle, stuff like that. Like, when we're getting the rogue towards 60 and we're fighting Deathclasp and High Chief Winterfall, we're definitely gonna grab a songflower. That is the only world buff we're allowed to use in the meta. naturally going to utilize it. I haven't killed all the furbolgs I need. Yeah, a few more. They're handed in later. Back to Winter Spring. Yeah, shit done. That Druid must have gotten that quest done though to touch the pot. I don't know how, because the mobs were still there. Maybe he found a way to do it without aggro. Is it possible? Or maybe because he's feral druid, he just went barefoot, banked them and ran away. That could be a possibility. Little Petri action. Tank them, get the quest done, run away, Petri, they'll de-aggro. Imagine being a Petri user. Sleep for that. I have not used a single petrification flask in my entire playing of hardcore. In my entire lifetime of World of Warcraft, I've never used a flask of petrification. Not going to start now. The only way I would be able to on the Medley though is if I somehow find a recipe. But the funny thing is, I think that recipe is worth quite a bit of money, so I'll probably just hold on to it until I can use the auction at 60. Then be like, I will sell this and get free epic mounts. Ooh, nice. Massive crit. We need a lot of totemics. Well, massive crit and then a resist, so it's basically equal. A lot of totemics, but we also do need the Den Watchers, so not gonna not kill it. As long as I have the mana. May need to innovate. Be okay. 100%. Alright, we've got 3 totemics here as long as no one takes them. So in about 2 hours 15 minutes, looks like Tommy's gonna do some Warhammer, so I don't know if I'll be streaming still at that point. Might get bored. But if I am, maybe I'll do a little bit of Warhammer at the end of the stream. We will see. Hunter's still here. It makes me think he's not actually doing the quest and he's just farming reef. Which makes it a little bit more annoying of a thing. Didn't we get a like a card from these once before? When you get a blue but it's just a card. Like, I guess it's basically the same as looting these slippers. You know, they're worth about the same and we're never going to wear them. So. Yeah. Pretty much the same item. But I'd like my blues to have, you know, stats on them. Something interesting. Yeah, we'll see. See if we get a little Warhammer action in at the end of stream. It just ends, like I said. I might be just bored of playing WoW before that. Not like in the days of leveling Ugro or Franka, like the first hardcore character, where I was just able to play for like 7 hours, streaming until like 5 PM. Those days are behind us. Do want to grab that mountain. Probably gonna lose out on some kills while I do it. No. Hunters just do not care me. They're all like, it's my mob, I put a hunter's mark on it. No, fuck, I'm casting a 3-second fucking spell. If you do not tag the mob before the 3-second cast goes off, then it was not your mob. It's why I moonfired it as well. I'm like, just to make sure. Like, hunters just go around not paying attention to their surroundings, basically. It's so... Just hunters mark everything and speak to you to bend over. No thank you. But I will go check out this camp. We are 90,000 away from leveling. Good. Especially because we've still got a hand in these quests. I don't know about doing the bigger Yeti quest just yet. It may not happen. Okay, well. This camp is, Hawklow. So, yeah, that's not gonna happen. We saw Hawklow last time I was playing. I think he was farming something where I was as well. Might have been in Western Plaguelands. Not 100% sure, but I've seen him before. He seems to just follow me around. He's a stream sniper. No. Probably not, but it is funny that it's happened twice. Wants to be part of the videos. Thankfully, I haven't really had to deal with any of that, right? Like, sometimes when you're creating content, you get people just wanting to be a part of it. I haven't really ever had to deal with that, even though there's been a lot of people like watching my YouTube videos. Some of those people come over and they Twitch stream. I haven't had to deal with any weird behavior like that, which I'm very thankful for. Generally, my viewers have very high IQ, you know, they're smart. They know if they're wanted, I'll let them know. Damn, we got Mick. We're done with the Den Watch. I don't want to wait for these to might be to remix, but we do need Pathfinder as well. But I hate the fact that he's over here. That means probably gonna take these two. They respawn at an inopportune. I don't need Den Watcher. You can have it. I just want Totemic. I'm gonna wait to see if Totemic spawns. Weird. Like, I literally moved away from this Den Watcher. See what I mean though? Hunters have no situational awareness. Like, he would rather attack the mob that's behind me than go for the mob that's behind him. Or he's a bot. Big possibility, that one. %90 of hunters that play classic WoW are bots. I wouldn't be surprised. We need one Totemic, one Pathfinder now. Why has he not killed that? So weird. Might have to follow him over here because killed all the spawns over there. The Totemic. What the hell? That Pathfinder verified me. Rude. It's actually the first natural wonderful firewater that we've found on the character. One Pathfinder, please. Your one will spawn over here. Nice. Actually have been great weather this week. Kind of crazy because like winter. I mentioned when it was summer, like, you know, the weather was okay, and then it started going to shit, and most of summer was like rain. It even snowed a little bit. It was weird. So I think we might be backwards. Because now winter, it's been cold, yeah. Like in the night especially, it's very cold. And in the morning, it's pretty chilly. Which is just like South Island in general. But it's been sunny. So it's like the opposite of how summer was. So strange.
Hi.
Hi, AFK.
Be good. Keep your feet on the ground.
Doesn't look it. Go check if there's chest over here, actually. Gonna say, if he's AFK there, that's a pretty bad spot. Might get mobs roll up on you, especially when that druid gets back here. He's got the quest to hand in. There is a chest. Second chest of the day here. Nothing in it though. Oh, me cherry pie. The only thing our wind serpent eats, homemade cherry pie. He won't eat any other pie though, like if it's, you know, mince pie or something like that. He's like, nah mate, I don't want meat. So I'm just like, cherry pie probably has some meat in it, surely. I don't know how Americans make their pie, but generally over here, even if it's not like called meat pie, it's gonna have some meat in it. Y'all do some weird stuff over there, so who knows? Gun pie. Let's work Hawk Vale. Those runners. Send them back to the spawn. Still don't want to do that, honestly. We're gonna go to Darnassus. Probably faster if I just teleport Moonglade and then... Maybe I should teleport Moonglade now and then fly back and... That could be the play. I want to check this chest first though. Check the chest and we'll have a look and do the thing. Look-see chesty. No chest. Let's be off. I signed up to do a first aid certificate, right? Like a month ago, I think now. And the guy was like, yeah, we'll let you know when we have something. And I haven't heard back from him yet, but I was looking through like some jobs that are available in my town. I like looking every now and then, and they were trying to recruit like a first aid tutor. And I'm like, maybe that's why I haven't heard back. They don't even have anyone. They're trying to hire someone just for me. Crazy.
Peace be with you.
Because I will need my first aid certificate to take the bachelor's in nursing. I don't really need it for anything else, but it'd be good to have it beforehand. It's also a good thing to just have, you know, in general. Maybe if you need to give someone CPR or something. Know what you're doing. I was actually surprised. My mother works at a nursing home, and like pretty much everyone else other than the RNs, registered nurses, doesn't have a first aid certificate. And I'm just like, really? At a nursing home, like where old people are like breaking their bones and whatever and dying and being sick all the time. There's a bunch of people that work there that don't have a first aid certificate. That is impressive. Because to me, it's like a needed thing, you know, in that sort of environment. Another stack of rune cloth growing. I should probably just make bandages, because I'm not going to be able to do any rune cloth rep handons. I need donation of wool for this character on all of them, I think. That ain't gonna happen. Woolcloth was the hardest part of the medley in terms of getting first aid up for every character, but also doing tailoring. That's definitely probably been the biggest stumbling block of the medley, was woolcloth. Bow sheepus. Go train healing touch for. We don't really need it. We're not really using the biggest healing touch either. Touch me.
I am listening. Farewell, dear Alice.
That's why I wanted to get that quest, because now we can go talk to Rain Shalar while we're handing in the other stuff. Rather than doing it, you know, 2 hours later. Voila. Back to Everlook. Then we'll go hand in these quests, pick up the EPL ones. Go to Ajara, hand in this. Then it's looking like Silithus. Do we Silithus today? That's the question. I mean, knowing that Tommy actually gonna do a warband that free does make me want to stream, because then I can, you know, do a little bit of Warhammer stream as well, and people can be like, "Wow, look at this great healer! It's amazing." I'm not, but I keep people alive when I can. I wouldn't say I'm the best Warhammer Online player in the world, but I have only been playing it for 4 months. Something like that. And probably only like 2 to 3 months of actual, you know, logging in nearly every day, kind of playing. I do struggle to run around in pug warbands now though, after playing in a more organized fashion. But that might be one of the reasons we don't. I might near have a little nap before. We got through winter spring though, and we're closing in on 57. But I am feeling a bit tired now, I'm gonna be honest. I think when I start school, I'm not gonna be like streaming all the time, obviously. But there might be random times where I just throw up a stream, and it's probably mostly gonna be Warhammer. Because that's what I'm doing in the evenings these days. But handing in these quests and then flying down to Silithus might be what we do for the rest of the day and then log out. I mean, it's still going to take half an hour. Got to fly all the way. Not the shortest stream we've had recently, but we're taking our time. There's no rush. Like, we've got 2 months still before we need to pack it in. The Medley will be through the leveling phase by then, as long as Lena is the character that gets to 60. Could happen as a, you know, we tried Death Clasp and then we suddenly don't win because someone stacked up like 10 fresh stacks on both of Death Clasp for ads and he just one-shots us. You never know. That could be fun. That'd be an interesting end to a rogue, wouldn't it? Trying out super hard elite at the end of the journey and then getting thrashed one shot. Oh well, that happened. But I do want my revenge upon that scorpion for killing our orc shaman. And just no chest down there today. Gotten a few though. But yeah, I do see a nap in my... Can't even look in there. So it's gonna be Handy's quest in, fly to Ajara, end in the quest, fly to Silithus, log out for the day. But then we'll have Silithus for the rest of this level. We're 57. And then saying we need to find a nice way to 58. Probably going to involve Eastern Plague Lanes again. Is it a nice way though? I don't know how nice that will be on the Druid. It was okay on the Hunter. That's a lot of mobs we gotta kill and a lot of drinks we're gonna go through.
Yeah, what do you want? Hurry back. Have a good one.
We won't do this quest just yet. I don't really want to fight those fellas.
Talk to me.
Level 58.
Glad I could help.
I would lose some stam by using this in this, but it would gain me 4 intellect. And now two-handed mace is very updated. I mean, this isn't that great either because it's level 33, but intellect is kind of the stat. We'll leave those quests here while not going to Eastern Plague Lanes today. Let's go see Ranshala. Last time we were going to see Ranshala, we did almost crash into a blue dragon. We'll be a bit more observant this time. I was saying that you got to be careful while going down here, and I was looking to this direction. And I was just about to say, because there's a blue dragon that flies down this part. And he was literally beside me as I was saying it. So funny though. Doesn't seem to be a blue dragon today. But yeah, I was looking over there and he was over there. It's like I'm looking from where he's coming rather than where he's going. He almost got me. But this is my favorite road in World of Warcraft. Gotta say, every time we come onto this road, down from Everlook down to the Dark Whisper Gorge, it's a scary road though, because like I said, there's a blue dragon that flies down it. But it's just so peaceful otherwise. But assuming Celephus takes us to not 57. Oh, someone's doing the escort. So we can't even hand in the quest. Sucks. Do I want to go to Burning Steeps right now? And then come back? Probably. We're handing that quest to Burning Steeps. So we can go Burning Steeps, teleport Moonglade, fly back to Windspring, try hand in Ranshala, teleport Moonglade again, fly down to Ajara. Teleport Moonglade's pretty useful, to be honest.
Greetings.
Burning Steep. People are talking about nut filler in trade chat. Because there's a guy called Nutfiller in trade chat. And he just said, Nutfiller is what's in Dubai chocolates. I would believe it. I've never had a Dubai chocolate, and I don't think I ever will, because I don't consider Dubai as a real place. It's like fake. like Auckland in New Zealand. It's fake. It's not a real place. Just a place where a bunch of criminal activity happens and it gets sports washed and whitewashed, whatever you want to call it. Not ever a place I feel like I will ever go. A lot of influencers go there though. Money. Money does talk. Whenever you're watching like an influencer or a YouTuber, call them a YouTuber for now, who's making videos about like prosperity, you know, like you're gonna make lots of money, and then they live in Dubai, it's like, okay. Like, I know a lot of people get swept up with that sort of. It's a nice thing to think about, being wealthy and well off and having good health and all that, but then when they live in Dubai, it's like, okay mate. Any giant lad walking around right now? If I could see him before I land, that would be helpful. I don't really want to see him afterwards. But it looks like we will. I guess we can also do... kill a bunch of orcs here. I'm not going to do it right now, but something for later. But yeah, I don't think I will ever taste Dubai chocolate. Just doesn't look nice either. Something looks horrid, I'm not going to put it in my mouth. Unless I'm doing like a TV show like Fear Factor. I'll put everything in my mouth. I want to win. Those kind of TV shows back in the day where it's like, eat these bugs and you win the challenge. Like, okay, I'm here to win. Like, why would I go on a show? Bullchain right there. Why would I go on a TV show where I know I'm probably gonna have to eat bugs and then not eat the bugs? You know? Glad I beat Volchain there. That was close. If I was like 10 seconds slower, he pretty much would have been on me at that corner, so I would have had to wait like a whole minute. He's slow.
Welcome, friend. Keep it real.
Keep it
Pleasure
real.
doing business with ya.
Alright. Teleport Moonglade. Go see if I can talk to Rain Shalar now. Do I want to give up the 90 stam for... Well, it's only 40 stam. Not stam, health. Oh, 40 stam, that's 400 health. I wouldn't give that up. Gonna be hidden out of Blade the next way because I want to fly on the normal flight path. It's a good intellect boost. It's probably worth. Had that offhand in our inventory for so long. Keep the two-handed mace though. Slightly. Probably gonna sell that. Mace I got ages ago and just never used it. Like, why would I? 9 extra spell damage. Yes. Gonna do like 1 extra damage. And it is only arcane. If it was 9 extra spell damage flat, it'd be way more tempting.
Hello.
Alright. See if I
Farewell.
can bring Shala now. Opium. It's a nice quest to get done. I don't need to get it done, but you know, for 3k experience. So we'll be ending the day at like 50,000 experience to go. If I had it in me to stream until 3, we could probably level. But I kind of want to have a net. And maybe do a little bit of stuff before I strap in to play Warhammer this afternoon and this evening, because generally we play for, you know, sometimes 6 hours. Then I eat dinner at like 9 PM. I'm just getting all my degenerate gaming out of the way before school starts. Basically, I want to hit 78 renown, and we're about to hit 76. So we're getting there. Hopefully we actually get a fight today. Yesterday, as soon as we logged in and crushed one time, they all logged out. Made it a little bit boring. Order's been asleep this week, though, it seems. Like, Destro's definitely getting stronger and more organized. Which is somewhat good if you like winning all the time, but I went Destro because I wanted a little bit of challenge. Fight people. There's been no one to fight the last few days. Might have to start playing my older character again. But I also have found it easier to be like friends with people on Destro, definitely. Probably mainly because I joined a guild. I watched their stream, like Tommy's stream, a few times, and then I was like, you know what? This guy actually likes to fight, likes to play the game. I want to see if I can play the game in his warbands. There's a lot of people that just don't want to die, but Tommy sometimes dies like 50 times a day. Dying 50 times a day is pretty demoralizing sometimes, but I don't think he cares. So, it's fine. We just need a few more DPS doing his amount of DPS, and I think, yeah, we're blasting. Ranchalar is up. Nice. Our healers are pretty good, our tanks have gotten pretty good. Depending on who we have on. So it is just a matter of getting more DPS now, I think. We'll be looking good. Sometimes we have a few extra DPS on that are like well geared and you can feel it, like people are dying. But sometimes it is just Tommy doing damage, and you can also feel that, like, no one dies. On the enemy, that is. Like, last night, we were doing well. Was it last night? Might have been the night before. Yeah, last night was a stomping. We had no real competition last night. The night before, we were doing okay. We were having some good fights, and then as like we lost the other good DPS in the group, and we pretty much just had good tanks and healers and one chopper doing all the damage, we started not being able to kill anyone. It's like, well, might be time to call it a day. Level Druid, get their flight path. That little Druid just killed the squirrel. In Moonglade? As a Druid? That's illegal. You should be fired from the inn if you... In Moonglade.
How may I help? God is...
Alright, let's go with Jara. Go with Jara, hand in the quest, and then we've got to fly all the way down the surface. And that's going to be our stream. If I woke up with a bit more energy, like I said, I'd probably do a little bit of Warhammer. Yeah. Don't. I am so glad when I can just like stop stream. If I was like an actual streamer, someone who did care a bit more about streaming, I'd have to, you know, keep going through. Just stream, power through it. No, I save my energy for when I actually have to work. I mean, even some of my YouTube videos, I make a little text on the screen saying I had low energy. You know, stuff like that. Some of them have just been like, I am tired. Not the most energetic 37-year-old in the world. But I do my best. Gonna get 7k experience from this quest. It'll get us to nearly 137k. Gonna be about 50,000 experience from. Pretty good. I actually wonder if it would have been faster to just ride back up here and fly, rather than teleport Moonglade and fly. I think the timing will be about the same, but I'm just lazy. Didn't want to run anymore. But hopefully we get a little bit of action today, because then I can hit like 76 renown. Be fun. Once I get 77, I'll then equip some much better gear. Be able to get solve shoulders, stuff like that. Good. Slowly building up. Hoping to hit like 75% physical reduction from armor. So I can stand in the melee bull and just heal. Funny too, because there's so many people that play that game and they're like, healers shouldn't take damage, and I'm just like, I'm going to take damage. Like, I'm going to go and stand in the melee and just heal pump them, you know? Like, I don't give a fuck. I'll try not to die. If it's like an important engagement, I'll try not to take damage. But whenever it's just like we're fighting someone who we generally don't have an issue with, I'm gonna go stand in the melee. And even the guild that we mainly have to fight, who outgear us, you know, have so much more experience playing the game, I generally follow our melee through into their back line, because there's no one back there apart from healers. Because their front line also does that. Talking about that last night, like there's a yin yang, right? Your back line becomes somehow their back line. Or maybe the front line. It's weird. I never want to be standing back there, because there's freaking DPS back there. It's an interesting thing. Have a short nap after stream. Like 30 minutes or something. Have a piss, have a nap. Message, see what that says.
What brings you here? Good luck, friend.
Take the money
Peace.
and the 7,000 experience. Now we've got a long flight. Do I want to make bandages on the way? We can get to like 300 easily. I don't think we're really going to use the bandages on Frayne though. That's the issue. Like, we could make them, but then it's like, what for? Of those quests as well. Ghetto. Yeah. I think we'll just go with Silithus. Set up for next stream. 50,000 experience should go by pretty quick in Silithus with these collection quests. We can definitely do the second parts of them. Spirits of Southwind, probably. And then we'll think about going to Eastern Plague Lands.
What brings you here?
10-minute flight. I do need to piss. I am gonna stop stream after I land in Silithus, but I do need to piss. So I'm gonna go. Okay. Got the chicken out the fridge, well, out the freezer rather. Gonna have some roast chicken tonight. Do some roast veggies. Sounds like a meal made for champion. I've had chicken a lot this week. Because I said I was going to start working out again, like actual start working out rather than just doing like push-ups and squats. Do some real stuff. We'll see. Sometimes it's too cold for me and I'm like, I don't want to. I don't have the discipline. Something I've always struggled with in life, having discipline. Chance to win a year's supply of Zinger burgers. I wonder if New Zealand has that. It's in Australia. Look. I'll be honest, the only thing I don't really eat KFC, but the only thing I do eat when I do eat KFC is a Zinger burger. Because everything else is kind of shit. I don't really like their chicken. I don't know how different it might be in other countries, but in New Zealand and Australia, it's just greasy and ugh. Like if it was actual, you know, fried chicken and it wasn't all greasy and it was nice and crispy fried chicken rather than the greasy shit that we eat over here, that'd be peak. Like actual fried chicken that's crispy and delicious and has a crunch to it, yeah man, I can eat that all day. But greasy shit chicken? No, I don't want it. I don't know why it's Kentucky Fried Chicken when it just comes out all greasy all the time. It's Kentucky Grease Chicken over here. I've never really enjoyed it. But KFC is like a... For some reason in New Zealand, people eat that shit like it's a delicacy, you know? They'll be on that shit all day, every day if they can. And it's not even cheap. Like ordering a pizza, you will get more food for your $1 than you do in KFC. Same with McDonald's. I think a Big Mac combo is like $12 over here. I miss the days when it was like $4. But, you know, that was a long time ago now. In the early 2000s. But I'm generally not a fast food enjoyer, so... What is? I don't live in America, so I don't have all the options of fast food that they have. If I lived in America, I would probably have a few extra pounds on me. There's so much fast food over there that I would be like, I want to try it all. But over here, there's not too many options, so I just don't. Pizza on occasion, fish and chips, and that's pretty much it for me. But there's some streamers in America that go and eat fast food with other streamers, and I'm just like, man, I'm jealous of what they have. It's a healthy thing, but it does look delicious. Definitely been. But we're almost in Silithus. And then we're logging out. Thought for a moment I was going to land here. Always strange to see a bird do that maneuver. Like it flies in to land and then it's like, oh wait, I'm not landing here. Let me just twist my whole spine and turn around. That's crazy. Ironhide Devil Saw. I also like, you know, Turkish takeaway. Like a kebab or something like that. Some good shit. Like actual food. From takeaway rather than fast food. I remember when I first moved up here, I was actually, because it was like maybe 7 PM, I couldn't be bothered cooking, have to unpack everything, so I did go and get KFC. It took about 40 minutes to get through the drive-through. That is not fast food. I was like, man, that's the slowest KFC ever. I might as well have cooked my own meal at that point. Some slow ass food, if I'm gonna be honest.
Ancestors watch over you.
Now let's pick up these quests. And then we're logging out. After I buy water.
If you ever need any.
Just to be sure. This lady here. Anything?
Vishnu Allah.
I mean, I can't do enchanting. Still wanted. Delete.
Farewell.
Guess I can send.
Vishnu Daldiel.
This to Lena. Might be a fellow boomkin. They've got
Be careful.
the look of a boomkin. They might be a healing druid, but look like a boomkin. I was also going to send Lena some money. We only need 30 gold on this character, so I might as well just send it over. That epic mount closer. Yeah, I'm going to log out here for today. A shorter stream, but not the shortest that we've had recently. We had like an hour and a half last week. Don't really have the energy to do Winter, Spring and Silithus on the same day. That's pretty much what happened last week as well. It's like, I don't wanna. But I'll probably be back tomorrow. At this point, about a 99% chance we'll stream tomorrow. Should be able to easily hit 57 as long as we stay alive. Probably try to get halfway through 57. So next week, I should have a few days off next week, but next week is very busy. See if we can hit 59. Might be difficult, but give it a go. And we're finally on the road for the, hopefully, end of leveling character. Yeah, I'll see you guys when I see you next. Have a good night or day, depending on where you are in the world. And I'll try my best to be here tomorrow. Later.